Gateway. First of all, we have 5 projects the size of Gateway underway in the company. It would be very easy for me to say that, well, let's just drop Gateway, because it wouldn't have any impact on the valuation of our company. We move 70% of the crude oil coming out of Alberta. If we don't move it to the west coast, we'll move it to the east, we'll move it to the south, we'll move it somewhere. So we could replace Gateway with another project. But I just believe for this country that it's absolutely critical. It's the number 1 export that we've got, and I'm sorry, Ontarians, it's crude oil is our number 1 export. We export $50 billion a year of crude oil from Canada. We export it into a market in the U.S. where the only foreign market that we've got is in the U.S. And that crude oil often sells at a dramatic discount to world crude because American refiners see us coming. There's nowhere else we can go with it. So recently I was over in China with the Prime Minister on his trade mission, and I made the point in a meeting over there that that day, according to my BlackBerry, crude oil, Western Canadian Select crude, was selling at a $55 discount to Brent crude. So Brent is the world market crude, about $100 crude oil. We're selling our crude for $55 on 100, you guys, and it's our biggest export. That should be flowing into Canada, that revenue, into royalties for the provincial governments, into profits for the oil companies and the taxes that they pay, into the manufacturing industry in Ontario, which, by the way, is very heavily oriented towards providing services to the oil sands. So in my mind, we just simply, as a country, have to broaden out our markets. And where are the markets going to be in the future? They're going to be in Asia. So why not a pipeline to the West Coast to be able to? Then you get into the issues around whether it can be done safely. 70% of the crude in the world moves via tanker. Can't we Canadians do it? Well, we do. There's 8 million barrels a day of crude oil that comes into and out of North America every day. We want to move another 500,000 barrels a day. It's not, and Exxon Valdez was now 22 years ago. Every day since, we've moved crude oil in and out of North America, 8 million barrels a day without incident. And yet I go talk to them and they keep talking to me about Exxon Valdez. So what are we doing? Well, we're going to ensure that every tanker is double-hulled. We're going to ensure that it's boarded offshore by BC pilots. We're going to tug tether on both sides every tanker that comes in. And we're putting an all-new navigation system in on the West Coast that'll aid all marine traffic, simply because of the fact that I sure don't ever want to have an incident with the tanker.